Hey everyone, Pinder Productions here. Today I will be reviewing Airport CEO. Quick disclaimer before we get started, I was provided a copy of this game by the developers through Keymailer. Nobody has sponsored this review and nobody besides myself has reviewed or approved it before it was uploaded. Airport CEO is a tycoon management game based on Greenpeace's worst nightmare. You have just bought an airport and are tasked with developing it from a small airfield into an expansive airport with multiple terminals and runways. The game has been in early access for some time now, but received its version 1.0 update on the 4th of March 2021. This is the version of the game that I have been playing for this review. Airport CEO makes use of point-and-click mechanics familiar from other tycoon and city builder games to build your airport and manage services. There is a broad variety of services to running your airport, which, just to name a few, include managing finances, hiring staff, and signing contracts with other companies. The variety of the services you have to run here make you feel more immersed in the experience than, say, simply just building the airport might do, and really makes you feel like you are the CEO of an actual airport. The game has 4 difficulty settings as well as a sandbox and a large map mode. The difficulty settings can adjust things such as the finances you start the game with and how many random challenge events occur in the game. From my experience playing the game, there was definitely a feeling of progression, but that progression was made very challenging as a beginner, largely because of the game's tutorial and poor UI. The tutorial in Airport CEO does give instructions that give you some idea of what to do in the game, but in my experience the tutorial missed out some of the details that I would have liked to see, and so I was left struggling to figure out how to get it working. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google this because I am really having a difficult time of figuring out how to do this. I'm really struggling here. Accelerate time. That could be a genius idea. Haha! Thank you so much. That makes so much sense. I admit that in this case the mistake was on my part, and I'm sure there will be some viewers here who are pleased the game didn't hold your hand too much, but for me, when the game gives you an error, such as not being connected to a baggage claim, and leaves the explanation until later, then something is wrong. In the tutorial, it should either not give you the option of connecting baggage until after the part of the tutorial, or it should just give those instructions earlier in the game. This being said, once you get past the initial frustration of the tutorial and the UI, and start to learn the game, and what you are doing, then it really starts to become a more fun experience. Adding to some of my frustrations though was the stupidity of the AI. I had times playing the game where the staff in my airport wouldn't work out how to walk in a straight line to get to their desk, or couldn't walk to the staff room. Just idiots, honestly. What's wrong? I'm sure my staff don't like me calling them this, but like, they're all so stupid. Similarly with the tutorial, the UI doesn't give any explanation of why staff can't find their way to the required desk, and so you can be left feeling frustrated trying to alter your airport design in the hope that they might find their way to where they need to be. Moving back to some positives now, Airport CEO features Steam Workshop support, so you can download user-made skins and game saves. I'm glad the devs included this feature because user-made content can allow for the game's lifespan to be prolonged by just adding additional content that the devs wouldn't add themselves or can't add because of copyright issues. Overall, Airport CEO presents a fair bit of content to sink your teeth into, with some good progression. However, the poor tutorial, unintelligent AI and the UI make it difficult for me to recommend this game at its full asking price of £20 in the UK at the time of recording. That's not to say the game isn't fun though, because once I started to learn the game I began to enjoy it a lot more. I would suggest that unless you have a specific interest in airports and planes, then I would either wait for a Steam sale or a time when some of the issues I've discussed today have been patched. Thank you for watching my review of Airport CEO. Please do let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, do be sure to give it a like or share it with a friend who might be interested in the game. That being said, I'd like to thank you for watching to the end, and I will see you next time.